Welcome to Spelling Bee Ninja, your source for essential knowledge to help you excel in school and beyond. If you're passionate about learning and want to deepen your understanding of how to evaluate information, you've come to the right place. Subscribe now for a treasure trove of free educational content aimed at empowering young learners like you. Together, let's embark on this journey of discovery. Today's lesson focuses on the essential skills of evaluating evidence and claims critically. In an age where misinformation is rampant, the ability to discern fact from opinion and assess the quality of evidence becomes crucial in forming valid arguments and making informed decisions. Let's start by defining a key component of arguments: claims. A claim is essentially a statement asserting that something is true or advocating for a specific action. For example, when someone says, "Exercise is beneficial for health," that is a claim. However, for a claim to hold any weight, it must be backed by evidence, which includes facts or data that support and justify that claim. Without such evidence, a claim is just a belief or an opinion. You might find it interesting that the roots of evaluating evidence date back to ancient Greece. Philosophers like Aristotle laid the groundwork for understanding arguments through his discussions on proofs and persuasions. This historical context underscores the significance of having a solid foundation of claims supported by relevant and reliable evidence. Weak arguments abound in various fields, including law, journalism, and even in our daily conversations. Those arguments often rely on emotional appeal rather than factual backing, making their validity questionable. Now, let's explore the distinction between facts and opinions. A fact is a verifiable statement, like "the earth revolves around the sun." On the flip side, an opinion reflects personal beliefs that cannot be proven, such as "summer is the best season." The importance of distinguishing between these two lies in our ability to evaluate claims accurately. Did you know that the scientific method was designed explicitly to differentiate facts from opinions? This method emphasizes using verifiable evidence, which helps move beyond personal beliefs to conclusions rooted in facts. It was philosopher Thomas Kuhn who argued that science develops through paradigm shifts when evidence forces society to re-evaluate old opinions and incorporate new, factual insights. As we traverse through our daily lives, we often confront opinions masked as facts, especially in advertisements, politics, and social media. A critical thinker will always question, is this claim backed by evidence? Is it a fact or merely an opinion? Developing the ability to make such distinctions will help you evaluate information more accurately while resisting potential manipulation. Now, let's shift gears and discuss the various types of evidence. There are different forms of evidence, each with its reliability and strength. Primary evidence includes original documents or eyewitness accounts. In contrast, secondary evidence entails interpretations of primary evidence, like analyses or summaries. Scientific evidence consists of experimental results and peer-reviewed studies, while anecdotal evidence is based on personal stories and is recognized as the weakest form of evidence. In courtrooms, evidence types are evaluated based on their strength. Direct evidence, such as eyewitness testimony, holds more weight than circumstantial evidence, like fingerprints found at a crime scene. In 2005, the U.S. Supreme Court made significant rulings about the standards for scientific evidence, highlighting the role of judges as gatekeepers in the evaluation of reliable evidence. Critical thinkers prioritize stronger, verifiable evidence, recognizing that the quality is just as crucial as the quantity. Credibility of sources is also vital in evaluating information. Not all sources carry the same trustworthiness. When examining sources, consider the author's qualifications, the publication's reputation, and the verifiability of the information presented. A credible source often adheres to rigorous standards and is likely to provide sound evidence. For instance, a study featured in a peer-reviewed journal typically holds more credibility compared to a casual blog post by an unknown author. Aristotle introduced the concept of ethos in his work Rhetoric, identifying the credibility of the speaker as crucial for effective persuasion. Nowadays, we can quickly assess a source's credibility using the CRAP test, which stands for currency, relevance, authority, accuracy, and purpose. This method allows for a thorough evaluation of information sources, ensuring a well-rounded understanding of any topic. An essential aspect of critical thinking is recognizing bias in evidence. Bias refers to instances where a perspective, belief, or interest influences how information is collected, interpreted, or presented. This can lead to cherry-picking data that supports a particular stance while avoiding evidence that contradicts it. You might be surprised to learn that funding bias is a documented issue in scientific research, where studies funded by organizations with vested interests tend to present favorable outcomes. For example, research financed by tobacco companies was often found to downplay health risks associated with smoking. As a critical thinker, you'll want to question, who benefits from this evidence? Are all relevant pieces showcased? Recognizing bias doesn't automatically disqualify evidence but signals a need for a careful examination of it. Now, let's get into logical reasoning and how we connect evidence to claims. Evidence becomes powerful only when it's linked logically to a claim through clear reasoning. It's important to articulate how evidence substantiates a claim. For example, when someone says, solar energy significantly reduces carbon emissions, this assertion must be supported by data about the efficiency of solar panels, relevant carbon reduction calculations, and comparisons to fossil fuels. Famous philosopher David Hume asserted that reasoning about facts hinges on understanding cause and effect relationships, which he refers to as the cement of the universe. If we can't logically connect evidence to claims, then we risk the evidence becoming useless data without substantial conclusions. Hence, a critical thinker often asks, how does this evidence back this claim? Is the reasoning by which this connection is made valid? Of course, even when evidence exists, reasoning can still falter. Understanding common traps in evidence evaluation helps avoid logical errors. For example, confirmation bias leads individuals to favor information that aligns with their existing beliefs while ignoring evidence that contradicts them. The availability heuristic tricks us into overemphasizing what is easily recalled, often leading to flawed conclusions. The bandwagon fallacy suggests that something is true simply because many others assert it. Research by psychologists Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky in the 1970s shed light on how cognitive biases, like confirmation bias, operate within our thinking, revealing the shortcuts our brains take that can result in reasoning errors. With the influence of dramatic stories in the media, people are swayed towards believing conspiracies despite a lack of evidence. To combat these biases, critical thinkers actively seek out conflicting evidence and prioritize quality over sheer quantity. Lastly, let's discuss how to construct strong arguments. A robust argument requires more than just stating a claim and citing some evidence. It must involve presenting credible evidence, articulating logical reasoning, acknowledging alternatives, and anticipating objections. A well-structured argument typically follows this format. First, state your claim clearly. Second, present relevant and strong evidence. Third, explain how the evidence logically supports the claim. Fourth, address possible counterarguments while offering rebuttals. Finally, draw a reasoned conclusion. In legal settings, this structure is adhered to meticulously. Prosecutors present evidence, explain its significance, counter defense objections, and then contend the claim of guilt. It's worth noting that argumentation has a rich history, stretching from Aristotle's foundational work to modern frameworks like the Tolman model, developed by philosopher Stephen Tolman in 1958. This model breaks down arguments into key components, fostering clearer communication in debates and academic writing. Understanding this structure equips you to persuade effectively and engage in critical discussions. In today's episode, we explored the vital skills of evaluating evidence and claims critically. We defined claims and evidence, distinguished between facts and opinions, and examined different types of evidence. We emphasized the need for credible sources, recognized bias, and saw how logical reasoning connects evidence to claims. Moreover, we discussed common reasoning errors and learned about constructing compelling arguments. Together, these skills enhance your ability to navigate complex information and engage thoughtfully in conversations. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey into the world of evidence and claims. We hope you gained valuable insights that will help you in your daily academic pursuits. Remember, critical thinking isn't just a skill, it's a powerful tool that can shape your understanding of the world. Don't forget to subscribe for more engaging educational content. Until next time, keep thinking critically and exploring the world around you.